Hi everyone, so today's story I've chosen because I know some of you at home have been doing this at home. So some of you have been baking bread and biscuits, and this is all about a baker, and quite a nasty baker who tries to get the best of Sanji, who's the other character in the story. So let's have a read. When Sanji was a young man, he travelled a great deal. He sailed across stormy seas. He travelled over hot open deserts. Can you think of the adjectives, the describing words that are in those sentences? And one day he arrived in the fabled city of Francia, a dazzling place where merchants traded in spices, gems, and colourful silks. So where do you think this is set? And what are they? What is a merchant? What do they do? And what do you think they're trading? They're swapping spices, gems, and colourful silks. Sanji decided to stay there a while. He found a room that suited him perfectly. It was small and simple, but quite cosy. Best of all, it was right above the baker's shop. So you can see his little flat, or his little room is above the baker's shop. What might be good about living above a baker's shop? In the morning, Sanji awoke to the delicious smell wafting up from the bakery. So he really liked the smell. Dark, crusty bread hot from the oven, warm sweet rolls filled with juicy currants, crunchy biscuits covered in sesame seeds was making me hungry. Sanji stepped onto his balcony and took a deep breath. He whiffed and sniffed the heavenly aroma. Fresh cinnamon buns. He just had to have one. If he sniffed it, what's he done? What's an aroma? What's that word mean? In the bakery, Sanji bought the tiniest cinnamon bun in the shop. I've been on my balcony enjoying the wonderful smells from your oven, he told the baker. Oh, you have you? Growled the baker. He narrowed his eyes and glared at Sanji. How was the baker feeling? Why might he feel like that? What has Sanji done to upset him? That evening, when Sanji came home, he stood on his balcony to inhale the lovely smells that rose from the bakery. Sweet coconut cakes and orange spice, date nut loaves and walnut whirls. There are some of the examples down there. Sanji stood dreamily sniffing and whiffing. He didn't see the baker staring at him. This went on for many days. You can see the baker hiding and watching Sanji. What do you think he's upset about? Suddenly, one evening, the baker banged angry on Sanji's door. Thief! He cried. You are stealing my smells! Sanji was astonished. What are you talking about? He asked, opening the door. Don't think I haven't seen you standing on your balcony, whiffing and sniffing, shouted the baker. You smell my bread every morning. You smell my cakes every evening. I must be paid for those smells. Nonsense, said Sanji. Those smells come up here all by themselves. I haven't stolen anything from you. So what is the baker accusing Sanji of? The baker shook his fist at Sanji. So you refuse to pay? Then I'll take you to court. The judge will see that I get my payment. So what is Sanji accused of stealing? And can he steal it? So they went to court. The baker told his story and the judge listened carefully. So the judge is listening to both of them at the moment. Then he questioned Sanji. Do you enjoy those smells? Yes, Your Honour, Sanji replied. And have you ever paid for them? No, Your Honour, I haven't. The judge thought for a long time. At last he said, both of you will return to court tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, Sanji. You will bring 5 silver coins. So what do you think the judge is asking Sanji to do? Do you think he's siding with the baker? Do you think he's agreeing or disagreeing with the baker and what Sanji's got to say? Sanji was miserable. He didn't have 5 coins. So what's that tell you about Sanji? He would have to borrow them from his friends. And how would he ever pay them back? So have a look at the pictures. How has he been able to borrow 5 coins from, and who's he borrowed them from? The next morning at 9 o'clock, the judge entered the courtroom. Sanji stood quietly with his head bowed. The baker was there too, grinning and rubbing his hands together. So he thinks he's going to win. Do you think he's going to win? The judge spoke first to Sanji. Have you brought the silver coins? Yes, Your Honour, he answered in a whisper. The judge took a large copper bowl and placed it before him. He told Sanji to throw the coins one at a time into the bowl. To the baker he said, now listen carefully. Clink, tinkle, clatter, clank, rattle. The first coin clinked into the bowl. The second coin tinkled beside it. The third coin clattered. The fourth coin clanged. And the fifth coin rattled onto the pile. How would you describe the baker? You can see all the bits about what he's like down there, listening out for the sounds of it. What do you think might happen next? The judge turned to the baker. Did you hear those coins clatter and clink? Yes, Your Honour, replied the baker, looking hungrily at the bowl of coins. And did you enjoy the sound of their rattle and clang? Asked the judge. Oh yes, I certainly did, cried the baker. Can you now tell what the judge might do next? Good, said the judge, because that was your payment. And you, Sanji, he continued, may have your 5 coins back. Thank you, Your Honour. You can see what's happened there. And that's the end of the story. Can you explain how the judge paid the baker? Okay, did he give him the coins, and what did he do to make sure the baker had a taste of his own medicine? How did he trick him into thinking he was going to get paid? That's it for today. Have a good day. Stay safe, guys.